very soon. As you'll see, this is a very young cheetah, and very soon I'm bringing in some adults from Namibia, animals that have been caught on farmland for reintroduction into this area. The cheetah has been depleted from the area, and we're busy with the reintroduction process. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to take this animal out. I'm going to draw some blood, do some blood tests just to check its health. I'm going to give it a bit of a wash over with some, that's what the gloves for, with some stuff just to make sure there's no parasites on it. And then we hold it in this facility until those adults come. And hopefully, it's a bit of a long shot, but it's its best chance for survival. It bonds with one of the adult females that I'm going to bring in. Now what I've done for it is you'll see it's breathing very shallowly. I've just fired a tranquilizing dart into the muscle, and it'll sleep very calmly for about 2 hours now.
What kind of a tranquilizer you use?
It's a combination of 2 drugs.
Yeah.
One is actually an anesthetic and the other is a tranquilizer.
What are the names? I've always been curious.
Tyletamine is the anesthetic, and zolazepam is the tranquilizer. The 2 individually are actually hopeless.
Right, I understand.
Put the 2 together and it's a fantastic drug. Tilazol, I think they call it in the States.
Recommended, doctor?
See, there's the dart. This rubber thing tells me how deep it went in. So you see, it's just a very small little injection.
Do you do it by weight? By the weight of the animal?
Yeah, about 5 to 6 milligrams per kilogram.
It's so small little. Ooh, look at Keough. You see the
There
legs.
you go. Okay, its eyes are a little bit sensitive.
Really, yes, to the
There you go. Yeah, you see it loses control of its ability to open and close its retina. So there you go. You see it's still a little guy.
Look at the beautiful markings. Gorgeous.
See it breathing very shallow, little heart going quite fast. But it's what they call a dissociative anesthetic, so the animal shouldn't be aware of it.
Ketamine is what they call it in the States.
Well, ketamine isn't quite. We don't. This is not ketamine. No, not at all. We do use ketamine for cats, but this is something we prefer. It's actually from human. It was abandoned as a human drug.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with
Yeah,
the
it's an unusual.
The other ones, it depends on the azepine of some sort.
Yes, yes.
But the
If you touch it, you're welcome to, but just don't touch the mouth because they do.
Can I ask you a question? If you touch it, is there a chance of touching malaria at all?
No, there's no danger of malaria. This whole park is free of malaria. The whole
Will the
area.
other cats not come to it if it
It's
smells
okay.
human
You
on
must
it?
just not touch the face because there's in its saliva. There's some things which can occasionally cause problems, but nothing really to be concerned about.
So it was
Okay, it's
abandoned, or what happened?
Hey?
Did you say it
We
was
don't. They're busy with the guy at the moment. We're not sure of its origins, but it was confiscated because someone who had it shouldn't have it. Okay, so I'm going to move it into the holding facility. If you want to come along, then I'm just going to draw some blood and we'll move on.
Come.
Put the umbrella on.
okay?
Why you make umbrella? Too hot? Too hot? I don't know.
Time.
Do you need anything, Gus?
Now Andrew's bringing me some stuff now. Moses, if you could just get the blood test stuff from Andrew, you have it there.
I don't know if you're going to want to watch them take blood.
Okay. Would anyone like to sit with it? Have a picture taken?
All right, then.
This side, there we go. Thank you. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Okay. If you want to sit behind it and just, if you just want to feel it, just feel the fur on the back here. That's fine. It's just the 2 ends where you don't want to. It's too close to the other end. Okay. It's just as precaution. There's nothing really to be concerned about. Okay. In about 5 minutes we're going to move along, and then I'll leave it here. You'll see that this is well electrified. The electrification is just to teach it about fences. It's got 1.5 hectares here, which is about 3 acres, that it can wander around in. In the next week or 2 it'll have 2 adult females for company. And And once it has some company, I'm quite comfortable that this cat will be fine.
And cheetahs aren't the kind of animals that will reject it because it doesn't
No,
belong to them?
very unlikely. Just touch it up there. Yeah. This is about 6 or 7 months. Touch it up top on the back there. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, it looks so dear.
Okay, see it just sleeping. It'll wake up very calmly. And
Tomorrow
it should be
it'll
fine. And
wake
tomorrow, yes, tonight it'll wake up. And then it'll have something. It'll have something to eat when it wakes up.
When will you bring these little buddies?
Well, we're waiting for the CITES permits. There's an international CITES is an international agreement. So before any spotted cat crosses a boundary, there's quite a long bureaucratic process, but it's for the defence of the animals. And once that process is through, then we'll have some more animals here for it, and they'll be released together. This is a very young animal, but we expect that it'll bond up or join up with one of the females.
When you say young, how old?
It's about 6 or 7 months. Maybe 8 months.
Is there a lot of prey for cheetahs here? Are there a lot of
Yeah, I know there's plenty. Especially it's just stuff to take ticks away. It's not very strong, but just for our safety. Now that all the antelope are having their young in the spring, and so you'll see there's lots of youngsters around for cheetahs. So it'll be a very good time to be released in about a month to 2 months time.
And there's open terrain? 'Cause I know
Well,
cheetahs like
yeah,
open terrain.
if you have a look on the way in, they actually prefer mixed woodland where there's some shrub that they can use for cover. If it's too open, then they battle to go to cover. But they do really well in the area. We don't expect any
And
problems.
you're not worried about the competition from the lion?
Well, yeah, lions are a problem for these guys, but it's a natural problem. If they battle with the lions, that's part of the way it should be.
Well, especially the young cheetah, the lion.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the way it should be, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
And hopefully, nothing really bad overcomes these guys. I'm sure that's one of the benefits of keeping it in a fenced area like this. You can be sure within the next day or two, the resident pride will walk around the perimeter and say, here we are, we're waiting for you. And then they just get sharp and they know then where the danger's coming from. Hales, you want to bring Savannah to have a look? My little daughter also have a cortisone drop. There we go, shame. It looks a little bit like a drowned rat when you bath it. Huh?
Got a job for me?
Okay, there's a little bit of that. It's quite sad that a little guy like this lost its family, huh? Yeah, we don't know what's happened to it. We're waiting to hear where the guy who actually had it got it from. And the ticks like the ears. Probably the last bath it'll ever have.
How did he catch it, Does you know?
Dan, I think it was in a routine roadblock. Oh, how did the guy catch the cheetah?
Yeah.
I don't know how he got the cheetah. That's what I haven't heard from the guys in SA Lombard. It was just outside this Lombard. I think a routine roadblock got the guy who had the animal. Okay, where's Andrew? It's a fad which is disappearing at the moment.
Yeah, I would think so.
So what you doing now?
What happens is it just loses its ability to produce tears and to blink.
Okay.
So we're just lubricating the eye. It's a little bit of an antibiotic that no infection gets in just while it's compromised like this, Dan. Just a little drop of this just to protect it. There we go.
Snow leopard is the one.
That's it.
Snow
I
leopard.
think so, yeah. That's the one that's really in big trouble. But I think any of these animals they're all on the edge.
But
any one of them.
There are less cheetahs than lions and leopards.
Oh, yes.
There's much fewer cheetahs. It's less than 100,000.
Okay, I'm going to draw some blood. I think if the rest of you want to slowly move back, and then we'll continue with our trip.
100,000 is a lot.
Okay.
You know how many tigers they have?
You don't mind, I'm gonna just watch it.
We don't take no blood test.
You have any particular vein?
Yeah, this little guy's a bit small. I'm going to try the vein in the back leg and on the front leg. I'll see where I hit. Basically, a little guy like this, it's a bit of pot luck from my point, I'm afraid. The fur complicates it a bit. No, it's not that bad. I'm
Got to
just
do
kidding.
it by feel. No tourniquet?
That one, okay. That's right.
Okay, let's see. Hey, little guy. Little girl. No, I'll go back.
Of course, one also has a lowering of blood pressure with this.
Yeah, not so easy.
drug.
Why wouldn't you use a tourniquet?
I could, it's just not something I've got into the habit of doing. Come on.
You never hit it when you're under pressure anyway.
No, exactly.
Too much of an audience now.
I probably found that my needle's actually blocked. Come on.
I'm there. I've got a nice hematoma starting now.
I know the feeling.
Try another vein.
Okay, let's do that.
Use what?
Okay, let's pull the.
You have to protect it. Baby.
Got it.
I don't want to do it.
Got it.
Yeah, about
Good
time.
job, good job.
Looks a lot messier than it should be.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Let's hold that there. Okay.
That's how I can see what's happening in your body by two. Come here, sweetie. Come here, sweetie.
That's okay. Let's just turn that. We'll see if it's okay now.
What will you feed it?
It'll get food from the veld. It'll get impala and